Kalika welcome back. A year ago, not a year necessarily, but last year, 2025, I took on this game, solo leveling a rise. Not the same as the Overdrive. That's a different conversation, but for this game, so I'm coming back to talk about, hey, what's my final review with this game after spending more than 30 days in it, and maybe um, let you know whether or not you should try this game or not. But first, hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. These are the codes, the newer codes. They did do a dev live stream, and these are the codes that they went ahead and put up. Now there's codes for creators. We don't have any codes as far as for the creators go here personally, but appreciate you guys checking out the channel. Now, for this game, this is a gacha game. So let's say you never heard about this game, you never saw any other reviews and conversations I've had about this game. This game is a gacha game. Basically, the best way to say it is it's gambling. So respectfully, make sure that you're able to, kind of take care of yourself in that sense. Now, there are more than one way to skin a cat, but there's more than one way to find yourself lost in what you can buy in this game. It does have a lot of things in the shop that you can buy that will help you level up and help you unlock characters or summon characters to get costumes and other things of that nature. The game does also a pretty good job of giving you a lot of this stuff free, making you a free-to-play player. Now, if you're a free-to-play player or you're a minnow, a dolphin, or a whale, meaning that you spend some type of amount of money, there's love for you all over this place. Now, let me come in here and find my stats so you can kind of see how long I've been playing. You can see 43. I did take a little time off during the holiday seasons recently, as I did pick up another game called Cookie Kingdom, Cookie Run Kingdom. I don't know. I might do a video on that one. But I'm level 91. I think I got to level, I want to say level 90. I think I was at day 25 or something. So like I said, I've slowed down a lot, and there's a lot of XP that you have to, pick up from that. So you can see the battle tier, you can see, the medals that I have, whatever the case is. So I've been playing this game. I've been grinding out this game. I've got some really good real life RNG. And that's worked for me. Now, here's my stats as far as doing some of that mid in-game content. And, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm at the end of the reversed, or at least the middle part of it. I finished the story, but there's more things coming from the story with the main characters and other hunters that are in the mix. Now, they recently just came out with another hunter. It's a different class, like elemental support or something like that, and there's tons of content creators that will tell you more detail. And like I said, this is from a casual perspective. I play this game casually, free to play. I haven't spent any money on anything, and so this is just how my character is. I spec everything in the strength, everything for the most part. Later on, I think I'll do a rework, and I probably will stop at 600 for strength and then put the rest in intelligence to use one of the blessing stones. I'm trying to see if I can find the blessing stone here. No, it's not a survival stone, so that's probably why. It should be this one here. So I'll try to take and put some into intelligence. That way I can go ahead and use that and see how that works for me. But like honestly believe that this game has been really fun in the 40 days so that I've been playing. There is a lot of grinding, a lot of stuff you have to do. Now, I don't play the game to max it out in the sense of, man, make sure it's the right piece and re-roll the right piece, because you on this piece you want to make sure that this artifact has XYZ. I don't. I look at it very simply as, I want additional attack, I want attack percentage, I want defense percentage. Some of the other ones that I want, let's see if I can find one. Critical hit damage, critical hit chance. Some of the stuff that's the norm, I'll go for. Consumption reduction is what I'm looking for in majority of the characters, but really the main character. And then there's another one that I would say is, I would look for, and again, I'm not saying on this build, but I would look for HP in general, not the percentage. So I've been playing the game, and I've been enjoying the game. There's tons of stuff to do in this game. There's so much that you can get lost in, but like I said before, I've been seeing some really cool content creators that's helped put me on the right path. So if you're sitting there saying, "Hey, look, what am I doing?" The new guy, like I said, here's my setup for my gyms, and then I have these here, the same setup. Just I'm trying to squeeze out as much power as I can get to go through this content. And I'll take a look at the battle tier here, so you guys can take a look at that. But um, I've been lucky to pull some really good hunters, and on top of that, being able to research, overthinking, and find the right hunters that I want to spec into. You know, whether it's a fire class or dark, whether it's light or water, getting a good roll. And now it's just a grind of getting them to A5 and getting their advancements up so that you can unlock their abilities and what makes them special. And the same thing with their firearms or their weapons. This is the newest character. I know there's two other characters that are getting ready to come out that's really awesome. In the next coming weeks, you'll have new characters that come out. But like I've said in another video, if you're going to start a mobile game, especially a gacha game, it's really good to get in during that week of Thanksgiving, or even earlier, the week of Halloween, because there's just so many things they're throwing out. And then you go into the Christmas and the year end, and you'll find stuff. So I think the character development, as far as the animation when you're fighting and stuff like that, is really cool. If you're a fan of the anime or you read it, I think you're gonna enjoy what they've given. Like I said before, this game is deep, man. You can come in here and set it to auto and let it do whatever it's doing, or you can just go ahead and literally learn how to spec into everything to make your characters better. And it's cool that you can play the game the way you want to. The One of the negatives I will say about the game is when it comes to some of these characters, not even some, all of the SR characters, they're really non-existing. Like, they're just not important characters, unfortunately, regardless what the storyline is. The game will have you use them kind of for smaller missions, but the problem is, in my opinion, you'll find characters that you really love the moment you open the game. And two of them were these right here. It was Lee and Yo right here. These two characters, when I first turned on the game, I'm like, yes, I want to level them up. I want to get them where they need to be. And it didn't matter what weapon I had. And I don't think it's going to matter if I would have gotten their specialty weapon, which I'll show you. Like, you'll look here and this is their specialty weapon. I don't think it necessarily matters. You know, let me know in the comments, is it something? But to take those resources and pour it into that, when you have characters like Yo over here, where again, I haven't even put a weapon with her. I'll probably take a weapon from one of the SRs before I go ahead and craft hers or get hers set up to craft. But the impact of what those weapons are, that's just what it is. Unfortunately, I wish there was some type of gameplay where these characters were more important, other than raising your battle rank. And the other thing that you can do is on some of the side missions, if you're leveling them, if you give them the right gear, it does make some missions easy. But again, it's just not as impactful. Now, there was a character, I don't have it here because I went ahead and just leveled them up the other day. But there was a character I had here that was an SSR. And when I went ahead and leveled up that character, I said, hey, you know what? I'm going to add a weapon for them, and I'm just going to go ahead and craft, and let's get this taken care of. And what ended up happening was it proved what I was saying, which was, if it's not an SSR character, let alone their weapon, it's not going to help you push the power ranking. And that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to eke out more power so that you can do what you have to do. Some of my favorite game modes that I do, you got the dispatching your mining so that you can get resources. I think I have a video on that kind of describes. It's probably the only other place that I would say why I would spend essence stones. But if I took a look at the drawing, you do have drawing here. Like I said, it's gambling. Let's do 9. Let's purchase 9. Now, this is just me. Let me know in the comments. This is one of the things that I would tell someone to spend their essence on. And the reason why I would say that is you're trying to pull this character. If not, Gina is another one right now. You're trying to pull this character. And you want to, in my opinion, do it in bunches of 10s, because you're going to get a boost by doing it in 10 versus doing it 1 at a time. That's just how it sets up. That's just the draw of it. And as you get closer to the critical or the pity draw, where the game is like, fine, we'll give you some because you have gambled enough, then that's kind of how it goes in. Now, as far as these cards, the black ones, I wouldn't use your resources on this. I feel like the game gives you enough. I used them all, I want to say near Christmas. I've been saving them for the update that's coming out, but that's just my opinion. And you're able to set your rate list up, who you're trying to get, whatnot. But let's go ahead and let's draw and see what we get here. Now I already have Reed, like I just showed. I already have his weapon. I think I have it 1A right now. I'm still working on setting up characters in general, just trying to learn the game and figure it out. But it's fun. Now, will I continue to play this game? Hell yeah, I'm gonna keep playing this game. I do enjoy the game. I think the UI, nothing's gonna change for me. Crap, that sucks. This is a crappy one. But yeah, you'll get all these weapons. You're like, man, it's cool. I got weapons for the main character and I got weapons for the hunters. And you're like, doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all. It's not doing anything significant. This game has, like I said, plenty of game modes to get you lost in, and it's just the rotation of coming in and making sure you do your gates. Normally about 6 of them will give you the 3 things of XP. The hunter archive is just non-existent, even though you spend the keys to unlock each one, and you're doing it just to get their outfit. If you don't care about the costume, then I just feel there's no need, and you're not getting exclusive gear for them. You get the parts to make their gear, but their gear is not important. The game doesn't make it important, so why waste your time just being respectful on the SR characters? The story is fun, but they do the same thing as a lot of other games. They're going to give it to you in hard and expert, and then they'll do a reverse mode, and so that's what you're doing to level up your other team. Like the shadow are really cool, but then and unless you don't know, you realize early on what shadows you should mess with. There's some you should mess with and there's some you shouldn't, and you're focusing on getting this army level up so that you can have more of an impact. But for me, I didn't rise everybody. You were going to get him as a character, another character in that update, but for the most part I already knew what characters I wanted based off their specs, and then I'm just working on leveling up their weapon, and then I'm going to move to the next person and work on leveling up her weapon. Leveling up something like this right here for growth, it's not significant enough in my opinion. It's not showing me enough power is increased. That's changing everything. Like I said before, don't level up each character. It has to do with what their perk is once you get them to that elite status. And then some of these other ones, I plan on not upgrading them unless it stops me in the game, and I just don't think it will. At some point, goal doesn't become a problem if you're not diving into resources and throwing stuff caution to the wind type of thing. So like I said, there's tons of stuff in this game that you can do that I think is stimulating, like to keep you busy, but there's no like AFK type of thing. Like there's a event that's always going on to grab your attention, and for the most part, as long as you're playing the game, you're always going to get tickets to play. You don't have to spend any money. Like right now, I'm not spending money to roll this to get the there you go. I just got some stuff. Spin is done. Play the game. I don't know. I feel like that's it. I'm gonna go in here and do a little what's it called? A gate. I'll do a gate before we get out of here. But yeah, you got the codes already. If there's any new codes or whatever, I'll put something out. But I think I've done videos on kind of how you want to mine this or whatnot. But it's a really good looking game. You can really max it out. Like right now, it's not giving me the best. Okay, I'll back out. I'll show you this. I want more of a challenge, more than the reverse storyline that just makes the enemies beefier. I could be wrong, but I can't power increase this because I believe this is tied to my battle strength, right? So if I rescan this, what I want bosses or enemies that are stronger to make me say, hey, let me tweak something. But it's not. This is just cannon fodder. This is just me doing stuff so I can get XP, because I said in a previous video, there's not a lot of ways to get XP, and this is one of them. So when I go through this, look at the battle score, look at my total score. The game doesn't adjust that, whether you pay for the subscription to sweep or it's a B or C gate. So I can experiment and change stuff, but you're not getting tested. So I'll go in here and I'll just wreck everybody. But in the story, it's cool because there are missions you're going to go through where you're honestly going to, how would I explain it? If you just look at what the weakness of the enemy is, you can be 200 something less, and you'll still beat the enemy. You can play on auto, and auto does a really good job of helping you clear content. But you'll notice there's sometimes the auto isn't the best move. You'll watch it and you'll say, nope, I want to do this move, then this move. I want this ultimate. I want to tag in this hero, this hunter to come in at this time, and then you'll clear whatever. So there's really cool ways to look at it. You'll fail a mission and you'll look at it and you'll say, I failed it because of this. Let me change the blessing stones. Let me change some of the moves that are in there. But yeah, it's a really good looking game. It's really early on. I don't think it's been 2 years yet. I think they recently had their 1.5 year anniversary. This orc doesn't even know how fast he's going to die, but it won't take long. It won't take long. Everybody's jumping in. Look at that. That's it. Yeah, I was about to say, that's it. And it's not, I don't look at it like, yeah, man, I'm the best hunter ever. No, I just look at it as like, it's because it doesn't scale up until it feels I scale up. Because I thought what it was it scales up after so many days or after so many gates you clear, and it realizes, but it isn't. And it should be a little tougher in my opinion, but to each his own. But yeah, you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to be here, listen to me blab about this game. Hit the subscribe button, like, follow, and comment for more. Remember, if you're looking for XP, I'll give you one on the way out. If you're looking for XP, in my opinion, the best ways to get XP is to do the gates. You're going to get XP every time it resets. This is going to switch to XP. So you get 3 of these. Do 2 gates, it opens 1, right? So 6 gates gives you the XP that they're going to give you. After that, it switches a goal like this. After that, based off your strength, you're going to get XP. This is why I think using this, if you're trying to get XP, you're trying to get more power, XP's here. You can go ahead and spend that. The only 2 things I spend it on is gates and the pearl set card are really the only thing I spend the essence stones on. Other than that, right here at the activity funds, again, based off of what your strength of your characters, your whole team, your everything, you're going to get stuff here. And if you're in a guild, you're going to be able to get a bonus. So keep that in mind. That's another way to get XP. And then the final way I can think of it, or another one, is the story mode. Do the story mode, do it on hard. If you do reverse and just keep in mind, they don't always give you XP. They'll give your shadow enemy XP. They're going to give your rep XP, so you get your rep up. And if another way you're trying to say, hey, look, I'm looking for XP. That's what I really want XP. Let me see if I can find it here quickly. There's a mission for the Hunters Association. Yeah, here it is, the Hunters Association mission. Each one of these are going to give you XP. Each one of these that you get to your points are going to get it. So all you're going to do is look through here and get it. Now, I don't think after you get it and you come back here and start all over, you get more. You wait for that reset. So I'll wait for the reset 4 days from now, and this is all going to refresh. You just do it all over again, and you're going to get all that XP each time you hit. And it'll scale based off your difficulty, but that's it. That's all I got for you. So yeah, until next time, can't wait for the new characters. Gonna go play some Cookie Kingdom Run or some Cookie Run Kingdom. I don't know what it's called, but it's heck of addictive. Bye.